Hi, this is Janie Lewis with Paper Compulsions. I want to show you an easy flower today. I call it a multi-layered flower. I start with 8 petal shapes with a petal that has long, thin petals. I cut them in a 1/4 inch difference. So if I started at 2 3/4, the next one would be 2 1/2, 2 1/4, and so on. The finished flower will be about a 1/4 inch smaller than the size of this petal. So my finished flower will be about 2 1/2 inches. Okay, all you need is a needle tool, or you can use a bamboo skewer or a knitting needle or the end of a paintbrush. And you're going to take your petal shapes. I like to start with the largest first. And you're going to hold your tool like this and have your finger out. And you're going to put the petal between the tool and your finger, your index finger. And you're just going to flip it out. Just like you would curl a ribbon, you're just going to put some pressure along there and the end will curl for you. You just put some pressure. You start towards the base and put some pressure and go towards the end of the flower, the tip, and it will curl for you. Like that. Let me show you one more time. It doesn't take long to get these done. It just takes a few minutes to curl the ends. You can talk or watch TV while you're doing this, and it comes together very quickly. Because you don't have to shape these a lot, these petals a lot, you can use any colored cardstock or any weight paper. Once you have all of your petals shaped, you're going to glue them. You need a quick drying glue, or else you need to wait a little while between layering the pieces, because the more layers you build up, the more likely you, when the glue is still wet, the more likely you are to move the shapes around. You just start, I start with the largest, and then you stack the next largest and stagger the petals. Take the next size, stagger the petals. Now if my glue is really wet on these bottom layers, each time I go to add something they'd shift around. So that's why you either need a quick drying glue or wait in between stacking all the layers. Just try to center it and stagger the petals. You could always just drop it. And so on. And I like to add a stone or bead in the center, and then I would glue it down. I'll show you in just a second. You have a really pretty flower that's not hard and goes together really quickly. Sometimes I will cut them out of white cardstock and color just the edges, just the tips, and it gives you a really pretty effect. Sometimes I'll color just the center, and it's hard to see here, but just the center is colored, and then I go back with my foam applicator and just hit the edges. kind of give you some definition on each of the edges. It comes out really pretty. This was pink cardstock, and I just inked the edges. This is purple cardstock, and I just took a chalk ink and hit the edges when I was through. It gives a cool effect. And here I just colored the ends of the tips of the petals so that you get a white effect in the middle. And on this one I took a pearl and a Sharpie marker, and you just color it. Then you give it a few seconds to dry and take it off and put it on your flower. Because these flowers are a little bigger, I like to use a bigger stone in the center. And sometimes to find those, I'll cut up some other cluster that I have and use those pieces so that I get a larger stone. That's it. I hope you enjoy and go and make some fun, pretty flowers. You could go to my blog, papercompulsions.blogspot.com, and download a free cut file, SVG cut file for the flowers. You could also get a PDF template and cut them out. But any petal shape that has about 8 petals on it or more will do good. I know a lot of the cricket ones there's a lot of flowers out there, that petal shapes that work with this. Thank you.